So, how in the world do we lead a team in a post-pandemic world? Well, as we got started, the mood of the room was tempered. We were a small group of 20 business owners, all from the same town and with a narrow purpose. We wanted to help each other discover simple ways to lead our teams into a post-pandemic world. The volume of life right now is on maximum decibels, right? It's about as loud as it can go. And the opportunity to come into a quiet, intentional room to think and respond are becoming very scarce. After a few minutes walking through the reality of where we are today, we began to think deeply about that reality and what it would take to lead in the life geography of what was around the corner. And so what we did is admitted what life looks like today and was something that we were unable to predict back in the spring of 2020 with the choppy and confusing announcements being reported and the prognostics changing literally minute by minute. We also agreed that we would not be able to closely predict what was coming around the corner. So we started instead with what we know, and that's human behavior. And so we help people with human behavior. By the way, if you want to see some of that human behavior at work, you can go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/healthy and get access to our Healthy Business Owner Assessment. You'll start to assess your business, which will also help you assess your human behavior. Well, while we do not have a roadmap to the future of pandemics and geopolitics, we do have wisdom roadmaps. If we'll just take the time to go look back, and it explains a little bit of human behavior. Namely, there is nothing new under the sun. Some of you might have heard that before. Incidentally, that wisdom likely holds true for pandemics and geopolitics as well. We began to think back and ask ourselves the question, hey, based on what we know about people, what are the areas that people of all types and in all situations are positively impacted by? And how can we install those things to lead our team into a post-pandemic world? So with no grand strategy in place, our small group of 20 business owners determined 3 areas that would empower our businesses to lead in a post-pandemic world. The first, you might not believe this one, play. That's it, play. I can think back to 2 major incidences this year where I have had a smile on my face that would not come off. In August, my wife and daughter sent my 2 sons and I barreling off down the side of a Montana mountain on bikes. It was a blast. We would ride up a chairlift, our bikes would be behind us, we'd mount up on the mountain bikes and race right back down the hill. And at one point, I was trying to show off for my oldest son who was just up ahead and jumped what I thought were back-to-back jumps, not realizing that there was a third jump behind that second, and it was awaiting my low-skilled experience. My feet slammed to the ground, and my rear end slammed down so hard on the seat that it bent the seat frame. I actually have it. They let me bring it home, and I was riding the tire with my rear end. I thought my foot was broken, and the right pedal dug into my calf and looked like a bear had dug its claws in. My back hurt, my foot hurt, my calf was on fire, and I was smiling. I couldn't get the smile off my face. Just recently, me and a couple of clients went to a local indoor electric go-kart track where the cars are capable of speeds of 30, 40 miles an hour. Not sure how fast we were going, but for an hour, I couldn't stop smiling. When was the last time you played? When is the last time your team members played? Must I dole on about the value of play? We all know it's healthy, so let's commit to do more of it in a post-pandemic world. The second thing we want to do, we're determined to do a better job of leading our teams into a post-pandemic world by creating higher levels of predictability. Our obsession with new, shiny, loud, novel, innovative, and late model ideas in things, we're obsessed with that. And as we continue to have conversation, we realize that amidst tens of thousands of dollars in bonuses handed out, salary increases, employee benefits, and making sure we had just the right logo, what people care more about is predictability. Not boredom, not mundanity, predictability. Owners are notoriously unpredictable, irrational. We're last-minute personalities. Team members do not typically speak that language. According to the DISC profile, most people are passive, they're responsive, they're waiting for instructions on what to do next. And so when we act unpredictably, it causes confusion, tension, anxiety, and concern. The good news, though, is that predictability is very much within reach. We can create predictable structures, org charts, vision, mission, values, processes, and systems, all of which bring clarity and confidence if we're willing to put in the work. The final thing, play predictability. The third thing, in order to better lead our teams into a post-pandemic world, we believe the over-communication will win the day. Over-communication, we believe, is going to win the day. The irony, you can't over-communicate if you don't have predictability. Think back to the time you were stuck in an airplane on a tarmac for 15 minutes without moving, or an hour or 3 hours. Wouldn't it have been just a little better if the pilot would have come on to simply explain what she knew, even if there was no new news at all, and even if it was bad news? Communication is the simple exchange of information. This does not give us the license to air all things, but it does give us the opportunity to share all things that others need to hear. Predictable communication happens through planning, planned team meetings, daily huddles, regularly scheduled team member check-ins, vision days, training days. We hear the excuse all the time. Hey, we talk all throughout the day. We text all throughout the day. Listen, it's not a winning strategy for communication for any relationship, your marriage, your kids, and including your business. So let's instead commit ourselves to something better. Let's commit ourselves to do a better job of playing, to do a better job of creating predictability, and a better job of over-communicating with our team, our family, and our customers so that we can lead them all into a post-pandemic world. Again, you want to see how healthy your business is right now in terms of the predictability of those things? We've got an excellent assessment online. Just go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/healthy, and you can take that there. There's a scoring structure there, and it'll give you insight into the health of your business.